Hello, my name is Michael Stillwell and I'm from Stillwell Pianos in Mesa, Arizona, and in this video we're going to talk about piano sales. The first sale we're going to cover is the university or the college sale. So most of you guys will have received some sort of mailer in your mail at some point, maybe an email, maybe a Facebook ad, maybe even your piano teacher handed you a flyer about a university or college sale. The way that these things work is typically a piano store, either locally or from a different state, will come in and say, hey, I will bring in a bunch of pianos into your school, we'll sell them to your alumni, everybody on your mailing list, and you'll get a cut and we'll get a cut and you can raise money for your school that way. Sometimes they'll say something like, hey, I'll give you a couple pianos for the year, and afterwards we'll say that we're going to sell these pianos. Really it's just maybe 2 or 3 pianos, but we'll bring in a ton of pianos from our store to sell them. Now, there are good things and bad things about doing a sale like this. The good thing is obviously the school gets some money. I've personally been involved in some of these sales as a technician, and yes, the school does get some money. It's not as much as you think, but they do raise some money that way, and that's a really easy way for them to make money because they're not really putting any money up front. The store is doing all of that. The store, however, is making a lot more of that money, and if you think about how this would work, so say a piano school or a piano store comes to a school and says, hey, I'm going to give you 2 or 3 pianos for the year. At the end of the year, we'll do this big sale, and I'll bring in a bunch of pianos from my store. So a lot of you guys will go to these sales thinking you're going to get this really, really great deal, but if you think about what this sale costs, it'll start to make sense. So every time a piano store does this, they have to move pianos from their store to the school. Just moving a piano 25 miles here in Arizona costs about $150 for a baby grand. Now that's going to come out of that price. In addition to that, they have to advertise the sale with mailers, Facebook ads, Google ads. Typically this is about $30,000 to $40,000 to promote a sale, an appointment-only sale at a university. In addition to that, the school gets a cut of this sale as well. Then, a lot of times there's so many people coming to do these sales that the store has to actually hire and bring in sales reps. Now those guys need to get paid, and they're usually from out of state. And then the store's got to make money. So a lot of times people are really shocked when they go to these sales and they see these high prices of these pianos at the universities because there are so many hands in the pot. If you think about this on the flip side, if you would have just went to the piano store to begin with, there would be no moving cost. There would be no mailer or advertisement costs, more than normal. There would be no school cut. And I mean, you'd still have to pay the sales reps if the store even has sales reps. Our store doesn't have any sales reps. And then the store would get a cut. So there's a lot of things that are not being factored into the actual price of the piano when you're buying a piano in a piano store compared to doing it at a school sale. Again, the school does get some money, but guys, just go donate to that school. Buying a piano from them is really going to give them a fraction of what you would normally give them if you were to just donate to them as an alumni. The next sale we're going to cover is the going out of business sale. Now this is a sale that you're actually going to probably get some pretty good deals on. The one thing you want to always make sure is that there's actually a business going out of business. So a lot of times stores, just like furniture stores, will do a going out of business sale or a GOB sale, and really they're just changing their name or they're moving. These are not the sales where you're going to get a lot of really good deals. You really want that store to be kind of in that position where they need to liquidate their inventory and they're not just moving and using this as an excuse to do a big sale. One way to check for this is if the sale is really, really long. So in some states, in some counties, they actually restrict how long you can have a going out of business sale. So you have to submit something to the city, and the city will say, hey, you can have 3 months to go out of business. You cannot go over that because they've had so many issues with furniture companies and different companies, car dealerships and stuff, saying that they're having a going out of business sale, and then that sale goes on for like 2 years. So that is restricted in some areas. Always make sure that the business is actually going out of sale. Another thing is the type of pianos that they're getting rid of. So when you are a dealer for a specific company, saying maybe you're a Baldwin dealer or a Yamaha dealer or a Kawai dealer or something like that, oftentimes that store is going to have agreements with the manufacturer of what to do if the store goes out of business. So oftentimes the manufacturer will come in and take all of the inventory that they had on flooring, which basically means that the store is making payments, very, very low payments on these pianos while they sit on the floor, and then when the piano sells, they pay the piano off with the manufacturer or the bank, whichever the flooring plan is through. Those pianos are oftentimes the ones that you guys want when you go to a piano store. You're going, oh yeah, this Yamaha dealership is going out. I'm going to go in there and sweep in and get a really, really good deal. Oftentimes, those new pianos are just going right back to the manufacturer, and they're going to distribute those amongst other dealers. That being said, there are some really good things about these sales as well. So one of the things I really like about these sales is that the owner wants out. At this point, the owner has decided, hey, I'm closing my business. I just want to liquidate all this stuff. I just want to get rid of it. So negotiating is a lot easier at these sales just because the owner just is looking at this time table going, hey, I have 2 months till I need to get out of here. I need to sell this thing. So it's a way better time to negotiate. Again, that short time frame is very, very helpful for us. It also is a bad thing for us. So looking at the dark side or the bad side of these sales is a lot of times piano shopping takes a while. Sometimes you need to come in, try something, think about it for a little bit and come back. That's not always doable in a going out of business sale because the inventory is moving so quickly or the store is literally closing next week. Another thing to think about is a lot of times this inventory is picked through. When they do a going out of business sale, there's a bunch of people coming in, everybody's getting the best deals as fast as they can. Oftentimes these stores will also have deals with other stores where they're saying, hey, I got this big 20, 30 chunk of pianos. Will you guys just buy this amount of inventory all at once because, hey, $200,000 all at once sounds a lot better than selling these onesie twosies off to the general public. So a lot of times they're picked over. Another thing to think about is a going out of business sale actually does cost money. You have to advertise these sales. So a lot of times when they do these, if the store isn't very desperate and the city isn't putting any restraint on how long this going out of business sale is, they might pay for all these ads and kind of want to ride that out and say, well, I'm not desperate to get out. Sometimes they own the building and there's no real time restraint here. So they pay all this money for these ads and they kind of want to get their money out of that, and they also want to get the money out of their pianos. So those are the sales that kind of just go on and on and on. So that's kind of a general overview of the going out of business sale, which is one of the best ways to get a really, really good deal on a piano. So the third type of ad is the holiday sale. So a lot of times you'll see like maybe a Christmas sale or a summer sale or a spring sale or a tax return sale. These are very common sales and typically they're pushed by the manufacturer. So the manufacturer will go to the store and say, hey, we really want you guys to be pushing it this time of year. We're gonna put our own ads out there right now and you guys are supposed to just go out there and just collect all those sales. So the stores love it because, hey, they don't have to pay for all the advertisement themselves, but then the stores also do that as well. So they'll be hitting their mailer list, especially around Christmas, because that's when a lot of people are a little bit more lax with their spending. They're spending a little bit more on higher end items or getting gifts. So that's kind of where this push comes from. Now, another big thing that happens during this time of year, or these time of sales, is financing deals. So the banks will offer a lot lower interest rates if you're doing a financing deal. Sometimes the stores or the manufacturer will buy down those rates. So you'll see a lot of times Yamaha will do this. They'll do like a 0% interest financing right around the holidays just because they're just trying to do this big push. And what's happening is they're actually buying down that interest from the bank. Another really good thing about this type of sale is there's a ton of inventory. All of us stores stock up for these times. They really bank on these times. This is when everybody's actually buying pianos. So it's kind of funny to do a sale that time because there's already a lot of piano shoppers then, which gets me to my next point. Sometimes these sales really aren't sales because we already have a bunch of traffic at the holidays. So maybe we're going to advertise as doing this big sale, but in reality the prices are pretty much exactly the same as they would be, say, in August. So there is that kind of a thing going on sometimes. It's not super common, but definitely check prices at different times of the year because oftentimes piano sales or piano prices do go up around the holidays anyways. So even that sale price, that might get you right down to what the piano would have cost in the summer anyways. Another downside of these sales is the inventory moves very quickly. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to do with the sale, it just has to do with that time of year. The holidays, piano inventory just kind of cycles really quick, and oftentimes, again, pianos take a long time to sell. A lot of times people come in and they see a piano and they want to think about it for a little bit. But in this time of year and these type of sales, a lot of times you come back and the piano's already sold. So that's kind of a general overview of how a holiday sale would go. So that's kind of a general overview of the 3 most common types of sales in our industry. If you guys have any questions about what you just saw, always feel free to shoot me an email at michael@stillwellpianos.com. Thanks for watching, guys.